Oh, schau mal, wir tragen heute dasselbe T-Shirt. Ich glaube, du meintest das Gleiche. Oder Deutsch? Das ist mir eigentlich egal. Sagt, wie ihr wollt. Hä? Tag an alle, my name is Florian and I have been a German teacher for almost a decade. These two words, dasselbe and das Gleiche, both translating to the same in English, confuse the hell out of German learners, and to be honest, even natives. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it. First, we have to talk about the orthography and the grammar behind these words. Das Gleiche consists of an article and the adjective gleich and is always written separately. Dasselbe, on the other hand, is a demonstrative pronoun and is always written together. But these two words function the exact same way. Both Gleiche and selbe follow the usual adjective declension. I'll definitely cover that topic in more detail, so whenever that video is ready, you can click on this info card right here to get more info. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. What's the difference between them? Well, traditionally, das Gleiche refers to two almost perfectly equal copies, like the same car model or the same shirt, hence the reference in the intro. Dasselbe, however, refers to the same unique thing, for example, the same cup to drink from or the same bank account. Sie haben das gleiche Handy means that they possess the same model, but they do have two individual phones. Sie haben dasselbe Handy has them sharing one phone. Now, I could end the video here if we millennials and Gen Z hadn't been born. But here we are, and we don't really give a damn how you say it, as long as the context is clear. Here, this is what the Duden, the biggest dictionary of standard German, has to say about it. In general, the context makes it clear whether the identity of the type or the identity of the individual being or object is meant, so that a strict distinction between dasselbe and das Gleiche is not always necessary. Sure, saying ich habe dieselben Schuhe makes no sense traditionally because you cannot possess the same shoes another person already has or wears, but we get what you mean. There are situations though where it makes sense to pick one over the other. For example, ich habe dieselbe Frau wie du is polygamy, but ich habe die gleiche Frau wie du refers to two wives being almost equal in behavior or appearance. It's still a weird phrase to use, so just say meine Frau ist genauso wie deine. Alright, one last thing, sometimes you might see das Gleiche or any of its declensions capitalized. What's up with that? Well, it's pretty simple. If there is a noun that is modified by gleich, for example, das gleiche Tier, it is an adjective and thus written in lowercase. But if gleich is the subject or the object of the sentence, it is a noun and we capitalize it. Ich habe ihm das Gleiche gesagt. I've told him the same. Or es sind immer die gleichen. It's always the same people or the same things. People or things are implied here. And keep in mind that dasselbe or any of its derivatives can never be capitalized. Well, unless they are in the beginning of the sentence, but duh. It's always a demonstrative pronoun. You can use it in the same situations as das Gleiche though. Es sind immer dieselben is a perfectly fine substitute. Now, are you ready for a little test? I'll give you a sentence in German and you have to fill in the correct form of either das Gleiche or dasselbe. Are you ready? Here comes the first one. Hey, ich hatte Idee. Correct is die gleiche or dieselbe. Both work here. They are on the accusative and use the female ending due to die Idee. In terms of meaning, it could either be the same identical idea or a second idea that is the same as the first one. Kinda depends on how you define an idea. Okay, second sentence. Mein Freund hat einen Yorkshire Terrier und ich will mir jetzt kaufen. Correct is den gleichen, because there are no two identical individual terriers. Number 3. Es gibt keine zwei Menschen mit Fingerabdruck. Correct is demselben, dative singular masculine form and referring to the same identical fingerprint. Again, younger generations could say dem gleichen, but it's less correct. And the last sentence for today. Hosen, die mir früher gepasst haben, passen mir jetzt nicht mehr. Correct is dieselben, because you have to refer to the exact same pants that used to fit, but don't anymore. Oh, and the word is in its nominative plural form. Alright, how did you fare? In any case, don't stress about das Gleiche and dasselbe too much. We don't really mind if you use the wrong one, and I'm doing quotation marks here, because it's only wrong as long as people think it's wrong. Hashtag descriptivism. Anyway, if there's anything left unclear or you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment down below. You can also help this channel grow by liking, subscribing and sharing this video with anyone who's keen on learning German. And before I end the video, I want to quickly mention Ron Citron and Ivan Nirkov, who have just become my very first Patreons and thus are supporting me and the channel massively. Thank you very much. If anyone else is interested in additional exercises, Anki decks and behind the scenes materials, feel free to check out my Patreon, linked in the description and in my bio. Thank you so much for watching and haut rein!